Bam, there it is, the AEA Challenger Bullpup 50 cal. Oh. Hello and welcome to Shooting Gear Reviews, straight up guns and gear reviews. Today we are checking out the AEA Challenger Bullpup in 50 cal. This is going to be a very cool review. We're going to shoot this guy, of course, at 50 yards and at 100 yards. We're going to do that tethered and untethered. We are going to see how many shots it gets per fill. We're going to shoot it over the chronograph and just, of course, give it the general SGR once over. And you're definitely going to want to make sure that you stay tuned for the end of the video because I've got a super cool little surprise planned for you guys for the end. We're going to get to see what kind of power this 50 cal really has on some pretty cool reactive targets. So right here you're looking at a 50 cal bullpup from AEA. It's called the Challenger Bullpup. And being a 50 cal, I'm actually pretty stoked that they went ahead with a bullpup design on this because 50 cal's got some heft to them, and being with a lot of that heft is set back towards your shoulder actually makes this thing somewhat shoulderable for a 50 cal. Now, it does have a little bit of heft, as I said. There's a whole lot of metal going on here. It's got a big air cylinder, and a 50 cal barrel is nothing to snuff at. So let's see exactly how much this thing weighs. Head on over and throw it on the scale. This time I went ahead and left my ATN X-Sight 4K on there to see what this thing weighs once it's scoped up, because I think it's useful to have an idea of really how much you're gonna have to carry with you out into the woods if you take this guy out hunting. So let's go ahead and see here. There we go. All right. 15.7 pounds, guys. 15.7. All right, so we're talking almost 16 pounds of rig you got to carry with you if you're taking this guy out to do some hunting, which I hope if you're getting this 50 cal monster that you've got some hunting plans on the horizon. But definitely, like I say, because of this form factor, it makes it pretty doggone usable. Let's take a quick look at the basic operation and just sort of the details on what you got here with this AEA Challenger. Of course, 50 cals don't oftentimes come with such a high repeating shot count. This has got a 6-shot magazine, and I think you'll get maybe more than one full mag per fill out of this, and that's a pretty impressive numbers right there for a 50 cal. The way that this works is you actually have a little release right there that you have to press to get that to come back. Then when you pull it, you got to be a man about it. You got to really get that thing back and then forward all the way, and you got to make sure that locks again. Now let's take a quick look at the trigger here. It does not have any first stage, so it's just right there ready to go, but brakes really nice. It's very nice trigger. This is not a, you can see I scuffed it up, sorry about that, dropped it already. Anyhow, this is not a match trigger, this is a hunting trigger, but for that purpose it works really well. Let's check out one more. You got to really give it a good effort. Like I say, be a man about it when you're cocking this thing. Get it all the way forward. And again, let's go ahead and check out this trigger right here. You can see no first stage, but not too heavy of a second stage at all. Brakes really nice. So we've got a fully shrouded barrel, but it definitely does still have a little bit of a bark to it. I mean, it's a 50 cal, come on. Definitely a lot more quiet with this shrouding on it than it would be without it. I will definitely say that, but probably not backyard friendly. Moving on, let's go ahead and check out how this thing performs at 50 yards.
All right, so like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to shoot this at both 50 and 100 yards, and we're going to do it tethered and untethered. What we're watching right now are the 50 yards tethered results, and we're watching them in slow motion just because I thought it was really interesting to see the flight of the slug through the air.
Good 50-yard results right there. Definitely good 50-yard results. You can see we'd have been smacking the pig just about every shot right there for a full 6-shot mag with a 50 cal.
All right, now here are the 50 yards untethered results. Obviously, these first couple of shots are falling a little bit low, but then you see these next 4 shots group right at the bullseye. This is telling me that really we need to take a look at what this thing is doing over the chronograph to see what's going on here. Now, after this first magazine, I went ahead and reloaded for another 6-shot magazine just to see how it would do with 2 full mags at 50 yards. And you can see that 6th and actually 7th shot there fell just a little bit low as the power started to taper off.
All right, so you can see there both the tethered and untethered accuracy at 50 yards for a 50 cal is pretty dang impressive. What I'd like to do next is go ahead and check out what we can get, again, both tethered and untethered, all the way out at 100 yards.
All right, so for these first 100 yards results, obviously we're going to be going tethered, and I apologize, it's sort of hard to see what's going on here through the ATN scope, but just wanted to be able to sort of let you guys see what was actually taking place while I was executing these shots here. So next we'll go ahead and get a little bit closer look at how that group turned out.
All right, here we are at the 100-yard results. Again, man, we'd have been pretty close to smacking that hog every single time with that. I don't think there'd be much left of that guy, though, after that. That thing has got some serious power. But for 100-yard results like that, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots all right there, all in the kill zone of anything you're hunting with a 50 cal. Man, 100 yards. Woo! That is awesome. I am stoked about this thing. I think I'm going to take this guy out, and we're going to be doing some hunting with this guy.
All right, now here we're going 100 yards untethered. We're going to do a full mag of 6 shots and see what happens.
All right, wow. That's pretty awesome to see a 50 cal doing this at 100 yards. So really this is very evident of kind of what was going on there actually at the 50 yards, and that is those first couple of shots, they're falling low. And then after that, of course, we're getting a really nice group here. Again, 50 cal, 100-yard grouping like this. And I think I actually probably pulled that shot there, over just ever so slightly. So this group probably could have been better. But the point is that seeing this kind of results both at the 50 yards and then now at the 100 yards really makes me curious what this gun's actually doing over the chronograph, seeing what the velocity is on those first couple of shots versus, the next several. So we got to go do that next, but before we can do that, we got to get the gun topped back off. So let's head over, do that, and then see what this guy's doing over the chrony.
So when the time comes to get the Challenger Bullpup topped back off with air, I've really found that my Omega Trail Charger is the go-to option. Tanks work, but they oftentimes can get depleted below that 3600 PSI relatively quick when you're filling such a large volume of air, such as what you have in this AEA Challenger. With the Omega Trail Charger, that's not a concern. You just plug it in, fill it up, and you're ready to go.
All right. Now that was some awesome 100-yard accuracy. Seeing what it did, however, untethered, has me really interested to see what's going to happen when we fire this thing over the chronograph, because that's going to give a really good indication when we see that shot curve. So let's go ahead and do that next. Woo! Oh man, this thing is putting out some serious power. All right, so we've got a 243 grain pellet, or slug rather, going, in this case, almost 1,000 feet a second at the highest speed. So we'll do the calculations and put that down below there what the foot-pounds we're cranking out of this bad boy is, but I'm going to say that is stout. I was watching the slugs slamming into the rock there, and they were like exploding. I mean, it was impressive power, and it definitely answered my question as to what was going on with those first couple of shots falling low. You can see that the first few shots on over the chronograph were definitely lower in velocity. All right, so we're here, we're gonna blow up some watermelons again. Yesterday we shot these watermelons, we had 6 of them lined up, and for some reason the slow motion footage, I don't know if it was my cameraman's fault, something happened, the slow motion footage got screwed up on that one. It was really awesome because I was really excited to see that slow motion footage because we actually found the slug after the shot just sitting here on the table. So I thought, wow, that would have been cool to see how it ended up there. But alas, that slow motion footage is gone. It's no more. But we do still have 4 watermelons here. It's not 6, but it's 4. And it should still look pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this again. And this time hopefully get the slow-mo shot of these watermelons exploding. Here we go. All right, are you guys ready? Ready. Okay, going hot. All right, that was pretty awesome. Let's go see what happened this time. I wonder if we'll find the slug this time. It looks like it only went through 2 watermelons. Look, it made it partially into the 3rd watermelon here. And inside of there will be a messed up slug. So let's pull that guy out and see what it looks like. So the slug came in here and it looks like it made a curve and went up right here to the very back of this melon. And there it is, right there. 50 cal slug. Made it all the way through 3 mini watermelons. Pretty awesome. So there you have it. We got to shoot this guy over the chronograph. We got to shoot it at 50, shoot it at 100. Check out the general rundown of this very cool bullpup design. Trigger, side lever, 6-shot mag. Man, this is an awesome 50 cal. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I'm Ben. I'm outdoors having a whole lot of fun with my air guns. See you guys next time.